From a woman who can play without looking at the screen, to a man who can speed through a game with just one hand, or a guy who can beat Tetris without seeing the pieces. They don't just play, they compete. Meet the Uncanny Players.
We got it. We
Nice, dude.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so happy.
I do have a physical disability called Hema Paresis that lowers the feeling and coordination on the entire right side of my body. It's caused by scar tissue on my brain from birth. For gaming in particular, what affects that, of course, is just the right hand. Imagine if you were wearing a mitten at all times. And it is kind of an odd place in speedrunning, having a disability, because it's very much a practice of trying to push a game as far as humanly possible. So to start with less, to push that game as far as possible, it can feel a little awkward at times.
That was a Tetris!
I think so, yeah.
That was a Tetris!
It's sort of like you're playing chess, and then the game's randomizer is like the opponent. So like you're thinking what your opponent can throw at you and how you can deal with it. So you have to kind of read, okay, well, if the game gives me these 3 or 4 pieces, I need to be able to put them in a good place. So you have to think far ahead like that. And I'd say that is kind of being a mental athlete. Then of course you also have to play really quickly. It's not slow, so you have to do all of this very fast. And there are very few people who can even reach the invisible credits. But this time I just felt I felt like once I got to the invisible credits, the hardest part was already done, and it was just kind of put my brain on autopilot and finish it. I felt like my vision starting to kind of like fade, like I couldn't hear anything. I was just kind of hearing the little bloop, 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 bloop piece sounds that the game makes, nothing else.
On m'a dit, joue les yeux bandés. Et finalement, comme j'avais pas de bandeau, j'ai dit, ok, je vais essayer. Mais je vais jouer, tourner le dos, tourner à l'écran. Et puis finalement, j'ai réussi à gagner. Et je m'y attendais pas du tout en fait. Mais j'ai pu entendre avec le son du jeu du personnage, parce que les personnages, quand ils lancent des coups, ils ont une voix qui vont avec. Comme ça, je connais par cœur. Je savais si j'étais du bon côté ou pas dans l'écran. Je savais si je faisais le coup. Il y a aussi l'impact qui permet de voir si je peux suivre avec mon combo, si j'ai touché l'adversaire.
The way I use a controller, I would normally be bracing it with my right hand just to hold it still. It's not completely necessary, but it is certainly preferable. I put my palm of my left hand over the left control stick. My thumb presses the face buttons and moves the right control stick. You can actually kind of do both at once if I use the middle of the thumb on the control stick. The index and middle finger for the R buttons, and the pinky and ring finger for the L buttons, depending on exactly what's going on at the time.
Pour maîtriser un jeu comme Soul Calibur 5 ou même tout autre jeu de combat, il faut des années en fait. Alors je m'entraîne physiquement, oui, je fais de la boxe française. Donc c'est les jeux de combat qui m'ont donné envie de pratiquer ça, de pratiquer le combat réel, voir ce que ça fait vraiment de se battre. L'entraînement que je fais dans le sport, donc dans la boxe française, me permet vraiment de transporter cette combativité, cette persévérance que j'ai dans le sport et de la mettre aussi dans le jeu de combat lorsque j'affronte en tournoi des joueurs. J'ai toujours la rage de vaincre, l'envie de gagner, de me battre.
I think actually now I'm better at the invisible credit roll than I used to be. I've been spending a lot of time practicing it. And it's one of those things that it might seem really crazy when you just look at it if you don't play the game. But as you start to get faster and faster at Tetris, like, it gets to the point where you're basically not even really looking at the pieces on the playfield, you're just looking at the piece previews.
Il faut absolument pas que je perde, que je baisse les bras, que je les laisse gagner la partie, entre guillemets. C'est un combat de la vie. C'est un des meilleurs combats que j'ai eu finalement dans ma vie, c'est de prouver à ces gens-là que j'ai ma place et que surtout je continue de l'avoir. Parce qu'on m'a aussi beaucoup critiqué en disant que oui, Kayane, ça va passer au bout d'un moment. À un moment, elle n'aura plus de sponsor, elle n'aura plus personne autour d'elle pour l'encourager, pour la soutenir. Et finalement, le fait de rester debout et d'affronter ces gens-là et continuer à se battre et à travailler dur pour continuer d'exister dans ce milieu, c'est pour moi une part du combat que je continue de mener.
I've taken a lot of life lessons from gaming. One would probably be that I know now that I'm pretty much able to improve my ability at anything I do. I know the process that I need to go through in order to get good at something.
Don't let anyone else say that you can not do this. You are the only one that's going to know your true limits with playing a game.